Well, right or wrong, I came up with a solution for the transmission troubles in my H. I picked this up today, went and got it on my trailer. This is, or was, a 1952 H, so it is 5 years newer than my 47. Found this on Craigslist. The guy that had this had 4 old H's that he was parting out. He had them all in a shed, so it's been undercover. He said he picked them up and was going to put a couple of them together and sell them, but he decided that they were worth more to part out than they were to sell as a tractor. So I went over and looked at them. I picked this one because it was the newest one that he had. Also, this was one of the 2 tractors that he said he had personally had running and had driven around. And also the drawbar on this one was wore the least. So that's why I picked this particular one. Really, I only need the rear end of the transmission, but he said he didn't feel he had the equipment he needed to split the tractor, so I told him to strip everything he wanted to off it, and I'd buy whatever's left. So that's what we did. The motor, he said runs. He said he's had this motor running. I don't need it, but I'll take it off and put it aside. Maybe for curiosity's sake, I'll just take a compression test on it. The engine in my H runs really well, so I don't feel the need to do anything with that. Then this one still has the belly pump in it. I'll pull the belly pump out and take it apart. We went to load this. He has a skid steer actually a little bit bigger than mine, and the skid steer wouldn't pick it all up. We kind of was kind of surprising, but apparently there's a fair amount of weight here, so we ended up picking up the front end, and I backed the trailer under it, and we kind of scooched it ahead without messing up the bed of my trailer. So trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with this to get it unloaded. I was going to pick it up with my skid steer, but I'm pretty sure now they won't pick it up. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and back the trailer and everything into the old shop and shut the door, and in a few days light the wood furnace and take this apart right on the trailer in the shop, and then I can take it down to my new shop, down in the barn, and mate this transmission rear end with the front part of my other H, and hopefully it will all work out. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll go forward, take this apart, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, we've got the old transmission and rear end split off of my old H here. Just one short aside. When I double checked the serial numbers on my H, I did find out that this H is actually a 1946. I don't know why I had it in my head that it was a 47, but after I double checked the serial number, this is a 1946 Farmall H. I've got blocked up there. I was a little bit concerned about how I was going to stabilize it, so what I did, I just welded a couple pieces of angle iron together, bolted that into the angle iron onto the top of the bolster there, and bolted this with a 3/8 lag screw onto one of my 8-inch white oak posts here in the barn, and it's pretty stable. It's a little unconventional, but it works. So there it is. I guess now it's time to fire up the skid steer and take this rear end out and bring the new one in. All right, out with the old and in with the new, or newer anyway. My New Holland L555 skid steer handled this quite easily. I brought it in the shop here and have it on my shop crane. So I am pretty pleased with this. The gears look good. The front bearings here are all nice and tight. The counter shaft bearing is tight. I believe this has been a part before because I can see where someone has used the Permatex gasket compound on that. So I think from what I can see now, it looks like it's not only better than what I took off it, it looks like it's actually in pretty good shape. So good deal. We'll get this mated to the front of the tractor here now.